And now Mauricio Pochettino to Chelsea looks close. This could accelerate, according to Matt Law. What are you saying, Have Hope? Talk to us about the next manager at Chelsea.
I mean, Terry, I just have one request to you. As a brother from another mother, I have one request of you. Please, can you burn that Todd B clip in that whole thing? Can you burn it and never play it again? Because
I promise you, we will never, ever, ever play it again. I swear.
Todd B. And I knew you do. I knew you do. No. Look, I think
That'll be done.
no. I think this man is this is a nightmare. It's a complete nightmare. So apparently, Nagelsmann pulled out because he wanted to be given a job offer, and he didn't want to compete with anyone else. So you want Nagelsmann, who is seen as a young maverick, taking Leipzig to a UCL semi, doing all he did with the Bayern Munich. You want him to compete with Company of Burnley and Mauricio Pochettino, who I'm sure Patrick will know. This clown in a UCL final.
Poch ain't a clown.
This fruit seller, this guy who sells fruits for a living in a UCL final, you start a tree trunk who's not played for 2 months, and the guy with the receding hairline who drops a 3-piece in the semi-final, you bench him. That's loser. You want to come to my club? Terry, this is what Papa Drogba was saying. I don't recognize my club anymore. We've gone from winners and one of the biggest clubs in the world to running an orphanage with blood-packed contracts. How are you offering people 10, 20-year Alcatraz, San Quentin contracts? So we are literally basically, what's it called? What's the name of that thing? Like the child snatcher in that Disney film. I don't know. So we're kidnapping kids from the streets.
Bang bang.
Yeah, chitty bang bang. I love you. All that stuff. Supercalifragilistic. We are kidnapping kids from the streets.
Mary Poppins. That's Mary Poppins.
Shout out to Mary Poppins. We are kidnapping kids from the streets, force them into 7-8 year contracts because this clown known as Todd B says, no. We'll win when the aliens come to Earth. No. Relax. When the aliens come down, then we'll start competing. Forget about competing the next year, 10 years. In the next 100 years, then we're ready to win the league. I feel that these guys were like, look, Abramovich, you're such a bad guy. You're such a villain. We are now going to do everything the complete opposite of what you did. Hate him all you want. Hate Abraham all you want. Some things he did well, some things he did badly. As Drogba has said, this was a club built on winning, on getting winners, on having a benchmark. And these fruit-selling clowns have come in and they'll be like, no. Let's have a project. I didn't sign up for a project. So you can't do that. You can't just go from a team who are winners to signing up for a freaking orphanage project. The heck is this? It's like, who the hell is Modric? Like, how am I supposed to invest in a dude who has butterflies on his neck? How am I supposed to invest in dude? What the hell is a Dark for Fofana? Who the hell is this freaking dude? So my thing is that it's a bloody mess. And oh my, it's like you've spent 600 mil, and you're in 11th. You sack Potter, cool. Who asked for Francis Lampard? This clown got sacked twice. Todd B. This clown got sacked twice because he's crap. You're in a company and you get sacked because of poor performance. Then that same company says, you know what? We're going to rehire you. For what? First of all, for Lampard, you should already retire already because you should know that you're a bum manager. Roy Hodgson, they kidnapped him from a retirement home. This guy was in a freaking retirement home watching cartoons. They kidnapped this old man, and he has the same amount of wins that this loser Lampard has in his last 22 games. Look, I'll keep it a stack. This club is it's finished. It's a mess. It's a complete mess. And if Pochettino gets hired, we are now a mid-tier club. We are no longer the winners and those top guys that we used to be. If Pochettino walks through that door, Chelsea, as a top club that Bram built, it's over. It's finito. So
I have hope. Everything you say is great, but most of the Chelsea fans at the beginning of the season, they believed in a project. They wanted a long-term plan.
I didn't.
Everybody, you didn't, but most of the fans everywhere, they just wanted, oh my God, let's build a project. This club has been up and down. A lot of people, and you know it. A lot of people. A lot of people. They were like when everybody said, let's get a winner now, 1 year, 2 year contract. They said, no, we want a long-term plan. We want someone to work with these kids. We spent a lot of money. Everybody here tell me if I was wrong. Every Chelsea fan I met,
I'm telling you wrong.
They wanted. You can't say that.
To be fair, Have Hope has never ever wanted.
No, I'm not saying that, Jessica. I'm saying that most of the Chelsea fans, and they said they wanted a project. They're tired of the ups and downs. They are tired of this, and they wanted a long-term project.
Well, no.
You're saying that they don't know. They don't know what they want.
Well, yeah.
No, I'm saying that there was
They don't. Like in the beginning when they were talking about, because I know the Chelsea fans that you're talking about, they had kind of thought, okay, this could work. As long as Bowley spends a lot of money, I'm down for this project. And then as soon as like shit hit the fan, they're like, I don't want this anymore. You guys surprised as Chelsea fans? Like they're so spoiled. They don't want to have to wait. They don't want to have to go through any pain. They don't want to have to suffer. They don't want anything that looks like it may or may not work. They want certainty with money all thrown at them, winners, all of that. So I'm not surprised that they're capitulating now. But in regards to like the managerial thing, I think Have Hope is overreacting so much to Poch. I don't think Poch is anywhere near this clown that people are making him out to seem.
Patrick, please remind him. Patrick, remind him.
I think he's better than Potter, I think he has a little bit more on his CV to let you, like, if you look at what he did with Spurs, which was way less resources than he'd be given at Chelsea, you could see him working out there. But it all goes back to Bowley and whether or not he has his shit together, because quite frankly, he's made a mess out of everything. So, but this whole Poch thing, I think it's weird because it feels like a good fit. I don't know if anybody else thinks it feels like a good fit to me. With young players and all that kind of stuff. I think you need somebody that knows how to work within a project.
Just real quick.
I was going to do the super chat. Sorry, this is here. Have Hope, like most of Chelsea's fans base, don't want Poch because he managed Spurs. Overreaction at its finest. Crybaby.
That's a lie. No, like this has, trust me, I'm not one of those tribal fans of like, oh, if you are at Arsenal, Tottenham. No. I'm not that cheap. This has zero to do with Tottenham. It is to do with him, like himself as a manager and his characteristics, because we know exactly what this is. They want a yes man. And if we're being real, we have an Inter fan here. We know what the GOAT did with Roma last night. Bring him back. But here's the whole thing. As much as I don't want Jose Mourinho to come back at Chelsea.
Oh, I love this. I love this. Listen, Have Hope has absolutely right. He is a typical Chelsea fan that wants to win today. He is on the board of like, give him a 2-year contract. If he wins, we are happy. If he doesn't, sack him. Isn't that what you want?
That's okay. Wait. No. First of all, let me explain exactly what I want. No, let me explain what I want.
Got him.
No. What I want is Chelsea to be in the image of what Bram built, which is that Chelsea are properly competing for all of the main trophies every season. Let me repeat myself. I did not sign up for an orphanage. I did not sign up for 10-year blood-packed contracts to young kids on the street who don't have a home. No, this ain't an open home for people to just come in. No, this ain't it. Go find your real parents. But the issue though is, for Pochettino, it is what it is. It's a yes man. Because if it's Jose Mourinho's going to come and be like, wait a minute, I want a 3-piece with Inter Milan with scraps. I want a treble with freaking scraps. I want a Champions League twice with scraps and fruit sellers and so forth. So yes, scraps. Scrappets. Not scrap. Not that all money that Pep is using to win his treble. Okay, Pep is going to buy his treble very soon.
But Eti was scraps.
What?
Eti was scraps.
Of course it was scraps. Inside and that was scraps. So I would take Mourinho back.
Diego Militao.
Scraps.
Militao.
Yes.
Let him finish. Hey, Callum. Let him finish.
So
Let him finish.
It's scraps. It was scraps. So my thing though is the reality of the matter here is this, Terry. These guys, they want a yes man. When Tuchel was there, Tuchel was no, I'm not buying Christina because I don't want him on my team. And I wrote Bowley the wrong way. So they got in Potter because Potter was a yes man. So they could use their bombers data analysis just to dump players onto Potter. So Potter did not work out. They got Lampard, who Lampard needs a job because he's a garbage manager. And the only job that he could get was coming back at Chelsea being a caretaker. Thank you. Is that 4 losses now? 4 losses and 1 on goal? Thank you.
I understand all that. Cal, I need to get a Cal on this. A bit of neutralness here. Vincent Company, maybe it's too soon. Poch, it looks like they're not. It looks like Chelsea are not particularly keen on Luis Enrique. Do you think they're moving in the right direction with this new manager? Because surely they've got to get this spot on.
Yeah, first and foremost, I'm absolutely loving the meltdown, especially from Have Hope. So look, I'm here for it at the end of the season when Have Hope, Anita, Daniel, David, you'll do a show of them, Terry, and we have a full-blown meltdown. I'm looking forward to that. I don't understand why there'd be outcry getting Poch in. I understand he used to be a Tottenham manager, so there's that rivalry there. I get it. But he's a very good manager, and I think he's shown that at Spurs. Like, Spurs worked with little to next to no resources. Chelsea seems to have all the resources in the world, especially when they're manipulating the system. That being said, Company, I don't think you can go for another project manager. You just did that with Potter. So Company's a project manager right now. I think Poch would be the best because he's worked within situations like this and he knows the Prem. He knows how to get a tune out of players. Bowley obviously is still going to take time to get used to what's going on in the Prem. That was always going to happen. I think him just throwing money at it, everyone thought, take over in like a couple of months, but that was never going to happen because you've got established teams with established infrastructures, etc. That was never going to happen. But this outrage at Poch and wanting Mourinho back is wild to me, considering what he did the last time he was there. Company for me makes no sense. Luis Enrique at the moment for me would make sense, but not as good as Poch in my opinion. I think Poch is the way to go with this situation.
You know what? It's so funny because I agree with Callum, and I'm a Spurs fan. Obviously, I love Pochettino to death. I would hate to see him at Chelsea, but I understand it. It's a great fit. And also, if we're not gonna, I keep hearing murmurs and rumblings from Tottenham that we're not talking to Poch. So he's free, obviously, to talk to other clubs. And at the end of the day, he's a top manager and he needs a job. And him being at Chelsea would be fantastic, considering the young talent they've got, the money, like Cal said, the resources, the infrastructure there. But the funny thing is, the fans like Have Hope don't want Poch there. So if Poch doesn't start off well, it will turn really toxic. And
sorry to cut you, Patrick. It reminds me of when Rafa went to Chelsea.
Yeah. And so it's quite funny because Chelsea fans are so spoiled that they don't even see a good thing when they're staring them in the face. I think Poch would be a perfect fit for them, but they're just so stubborn and spoiled. They can't see it, which is good anyway, because I don't want him there. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, let me just respond to something. Jerry, let me just say something, please. Number one, Have Hope that inter team that you call scrap won against your team home and away, and Samuel Eto'o at that he walks into all your teams in all your history. That's number one.
As a right winger.
No. It doesn't matter, and he would walk into all your teams and all your history. So just don't call that team scrap again. That means you never watch football outside of Chelsea, and that's number one. That's number.
But that's why I've got an inside jersey.
So maybe. So how do you say that? I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. That team was one of the best teams. That we defending against Barcelona. You defended against Barcelona as well. So there's no shame in this. Number two, a bit about your manager. I think actually you should hire Antonio Conte. He's the only one who can save your club. Absolutely. He's the only one that you can save your club now. Your club are full of losers now, and probably you need a winner like Antonio Conte to pick everybody at the club up. I think that's what you should do. One of Mourinho's or Conte's. These are the only two people that can save your club at the moment from being in the relegation battle next season as well. You spend 600 million, and you cannot even get a win. You cannot even buy a win. So that 600 million that you need now, you need a winner that will pick all these people up and win with them. That's not a dig at your club. Your club
but the owners want a yes man. The owners want a yes man.
But that's the problem. That's the problem. That's not a dig at your club. The only thing is your club is the most successful club in English in the last 20 years in English football. winning trophies and stuff. So you need someone like Antonio Conte who will take you, as he took you from 10th to winning the league the next year, he will take you from 13th or 14th maybe to compete for the league. This is the only one that can save you at the moment.
I disagree with that. Well, I disagree with that. Like if you look at the players that they bought, they need somebody that plays attacking football, fluid attacking football. All those players that they have, Madueke, Mudryk, Pulisic, Havertz, all these guys, even if you don't keep them all, the last thing you need them to be doing is playing like, 4-5-1, banked up in their own box. Like, I don't think that's what they need. They need that happy medium between a manager that can handle a project, but is not a project themselves. And that's what Potter was, kind of a project in himself. He wasn't quite ready to go. He had come from a small club and just couldn't hack it. I think they need that happy medium. That's, to me, Poch is, I just don't see how Chelsea fans are turning their nose up at it. I can see it, but like, it makes so much sense. You'll play nice football, you'll win games, you'll accrue points. And if he's backed better than how he was backed at Spurs, he might win things. Now, he may not. We'll get to see whether or not he actually has what it takes. But I think it's a good fit. And if it's not, you guys will turn against him and it'll be great either way. So.
Antonio Conte played attacking football at Chelsea the first time. The problem is Spurs ruined him. That's a different story. He actually played. I'm serious.
Spurs
he played
it wasn't attacking football, Mo.
He played. You remember he won 13 games in a row at Chelsea at that time. He scored a lot of goals. He did 93 points. I thought he played attacking football. He scored a lot of goals. You had Diego Costa and Hazard and Willian, and you had Fabregas in the middle, and you were playing attacking football. It wasn't defensive at all. It was good football, winning football, and you need wins now. It doesn't. Yes, I see what Jessica's saying, the Modrics and all the exciting players. But I thought they want to get rid of these exciting players. The team is built for 3-5-2 with the defenders. They had the Barishilis, the Chalaba, the Koulibaly, the two wing backs you have now. I think the team is built for 3-5-2. And maybe not give him 5-year contract, maybe give him a 1-year or 2-year contract, see how it works. It's the same as Mourinho. Go ahead.
But I think the problem is with Chelsea, it's been like this from the beginning, is the whole club's not aligned. You've got some fans that want this kind of, project, so we're backing Potter. You've got others that have hope, that want to, that speak fluent UCL, fluent trophy, and they want to go and just be successful, right? And what it is that the club are now torn, because you're going to get a Poch in, but if the club within itself still are expecting wins today, and I haven't given the likes of a Potter, I don't give the likes of a Pochettino time to go and implement his style and then be successful in the next 3 years or 4 years, just like a Klopp or just like a Arteta has been able to develop the squad, then ultimately you're just going to be in the same situation. You're going to sack Pochettino and you're going to be looking around again to go and find a manager. To be fair, to be honest, I agree with have hope. The way Chelsea's set up, the way the model is, I know they've tried to go down this route of, we're going to build this project, we're going to be sustainable in terms of our model. The whole culture of the club is still ingrained with Roman Abramovich and that success, as you spoke about, for the last 20 years. So they need to go and get a manager that's going to win instantly. Who that manager is, that's the problem. I don't know. I don't think it's Mourinho. I don't think it's Conte. Luis Enrique for me is looking like the best bet, but because that's a manager that you can go and give a 1 or 2 year deal, and if it don't work, you sack him.